Oh, for those just joining us, welcome to Move Mobility. I'm Michelle.
I'm Trevor.
Yep, so we're husband and wife. Oh, thank you. We're married, and we're currently in the mountains of North Carolina. So our lift studio has moved to Tryon, North Carolina for a bit. We're at Trevor's mom's house, so hopefully you're all doing well in your quarantine and all that jazz. So we're gonna get started. So just come down to a comfortable seated position. I just set a timer so that I didn't run over on time. Okay, so however is comfortable for you, what I want you to do is take your right hand, reach up and over your head, put those fingertips right above your left ear, tug that neck over to the right. After you're there, I want you to take your left arm out at a 45-degree angle. When you do that, you should feel a really good stretch in the whole side of that neck. It definitely feels it. And you can test it. Like put your arm down, see what it feels like, and then take the arm out to 45. You should feel more of a stretch when you do that. Awesome. All right, perfect. All right, release. Come back up. Now take that left hand. Put those fingertips right above your right ear. Tug your neck over gently. You're just a little tiny bit of pressure on that head. Bring the neck over. Out of 45. If you have a partner, you might can tickle them.
No tickle. It's not fair because I'm ticklish and Michelle is not.
I'm not ticklish at all. He can't stand it. All right. So good. All right, release. Stay in that seated position with your legs crisscross applesauce or however you're comfortable. But take your left hand to your right knee. Your right hand will go behind your body and twist and look over your right shoulder. We're just doing a seated twist. So these first moves are not very deep. They're just kind of get our bodies activated, bring our heart rate down. Okay, you guys can't see this, but this is hilarious. There is steam coming off of Trevor.
I am hot.
I am not even joking. There is actual steam coming off of him. That is hilarious. I don't even know how I can capture that on film. Oh my gosh. Never seen anything like it.
Well, that's going to work out.
Come back to the center. Right hand on your left knee. Left hand goes behind you and twist and look over that left shoulder. Take some deep breaths in.
So what I heard from that is Michelle doesn't even realize how hot I am.
Okay.
No comeback on that one?
No, there's no comeback. There's no comeback. Awesome. Keep twisting. All right, release. All right, come back to the center. Take that right arm across. Hug your right arm in. Once you have the right arm hugged in, twist over towards your left and look over that left shoulder. We're going to start with a gentle stretch on that shoulder. We're going to get a little deeper in our shoulders in just a bit, but for now we're going to start here. That was a good workout. I love that format, the 30-20-10, and then finishing with Tabata. It really does like spike the heart rate up, that's for sure.
And it gives you something to look forward to, that this is the hardest round first, then it gets easier, then it gets easier.
Yep. All right, release. Take that same right arm, pat yourself in the center of your back. Use your left arm to grip that right elbow and look up and stretch that tricep. So this mobility today, I'm just basically doing top to bottom stretching. Okay, we're going to pretty much stretch every different area of our body. So it's just a full body stretch. All right, release. Left arm across your body. Hug it in. Squeeze it. Once you've got it squeezed in, rotate to the right. Look over your right shoulder.
Am I still steaming?
Yes.
It's the sun coming in.
All right, come back to center. Take that left hand up, pat yourself in the center of the back. Use your right hand to grab that left elbow and reach up, look up, get that tricep. Birds are chirping outside. Nice.
This room is a little misty in here.
Yeah. All right, release. All right, put those feet together. Let those knees fall out wide into a butterfly position. So let your feet open up like you would open a book. Use your elbows to put some gentle pressure on those knees to get you deeper into that inner thigh. So good. Keep stretching. So it's kind of a cool day here in the mountains. I think Florida's probably a little warmer, although y'all would call it cooler because I think somebody said it was like 60 or something this morning. To us, that's like summer. All right, sit back on your mat. Let's stretch our quad. So take the right foot back, and if you can get your foot flat on the floor, just like this, you can be here. If you can't get that foot flat, like if your foot's having to angle out, that puts too much pressure on your knee. So I'd rather you come over to your side and hold on to that leg and stretch that quad that way. You just want to be really safe. Definitely want to protect her knees. This is when I miss music.
Yeah.
When it gets all quiet.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah. We're not huffing and puffing and jumping around. It gets quiet in the room. So good. All right, bring that right leg forward. Take it, cross it over your left. So your legs are straight out in front of you, but that right leg's crossed over your left. Hold forward towards the bottom foot. So it should be your left foot on bottom. Reach for those toes. Flex your foot so that your toes are pointed up to the ceiling. And we're going to work on that IT band. You might be feeling this in your hamstring some too, and that's okay. But the goal is to get it to where you're feeling it in your IT band more so than your hamstring. But that just takes getting our hamstrings really good and flexible. Good. All right, now just keep that right leg crossed over, but bring it up and hug that right knee. Hug it as tight as you can. Once you have it hugged, your left arm is hooked around it and you've got it hugged in, look over that right shoulder. We're getting a good little glute stretch. Is your heart rate down? Yeah.
As much as it is for me, my heart rate's down.
Yeah, it's funny to see other people's heart rates.
I just saw a big dog walk across the
I did too. Well, he sat there for a while, just sitting there. That was cute. All right, other side. Let's start with that that quad stretch on your left. Bring that left leg back and stretch, lay back. So when you are stretching your quad, this is the only time you'll ever hear me say like hunch your back down, like have bad posture. Because when you do that, you really get into that hip flexor as well. To get further into the hip flexor, you can bring that right foot up and let your right knee kind of fall towards your left leg. That'll get deeper into the hip flexor too. Because hip flexors are kind of hard to stretch. We're going to be doing some other stretches in just a bit that gets deeper into it as well. So these first ones, we're only holding for about 30 seconds. I'm going to hold some of the later ones longer, then we're going to get deep into them and really hold them for longer to get deep into that fascia and really stretch everything out. All right, IT band, bring that left leg, cross it over your right, leg straight out in front of you, feet flexed, and reach for that bottom foot. Keep stretching. Keep reaching for that foot. So this is the IT band runs along the outside of your leg. And they have shown that a lot of times when you have knee pain, it has to do with the IT band pulling on your knee. So it's real important that we stretch that IT band so that we are protecting our knees. All right, bring that left leg up just a little bit further. Hug that left knee in as tight as you can, and then twist and look over your left shoulder. This one's one of my favorites. It's just real gentle and gets deep into that glute.
Yeah, I find if you sit up straight, straighten your back a lot, it really gets into the glute a lot more.
That's good. Feels good. All right. Bring both legs forward, side by side, straight. Take your arms straight up in the air, and with a straight back, lean forward for those feet. So you may not be able to grab your feet. That's okay. You might use your ankles, your knees. You might even be at your quads. Wherever you are is where you are. Own it. You're good. All right. You can take, if you can't reach your feet, you can put your hands under your calves or your knees, and then use that to kind of bring you deeper into the stretch as well. But really work on getting those legs straight. We're stretching out those hamstrings. We're going to hold this one just a little bit longer. All right, we're going to start getting into the time where we start holding moves for the stretches for closer to a minute, which I know seems like a long time, but it really does work. Just keep breathing. You got about 20 more seconds in this pose, or in the stretch. So I think Florida's opening up Monday, phase 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, not the gym, they're not
Yeah.
part of the phase 1, but stores and things like that, I think are opening. And I think your beach is open this weekend too. From what I think I saw. It's hard, I'm having to keep up with that because we live in South Carolina, but the lift Charlotte is in North Carolina, so we have to keep up with everything. All right, release. All right, come around onto your bellies now. We're gonna stretch out those abs. So a couple options. You can put your hands right out in front of you and just look up like a little sphinx, right? You see those statues. If you have a little more mobility, bring your hands by your chest and gently push up and look up. If you have even more, here's the puppy, lean all the way up. He's so cute. So this is called the upward facing dog. So your puppy can do this with you. He's like, no, I'm good. He just left again. All right, so when you're here, what I want you to do is take your neck and look straight down. Hold it there. And then take your neck and look up. So then stretching the back of the neck and the front of the neck. Now look over your right shoulder. And then look over your left shoulder. Come back to the center. Look up. All right, come onto your belly. Now what we're going to do is called thread the needle. This is going to really get deep into our shoulder. So use your left hand to kind of prop your body up. Take your right arm and thread it through like you're threading a needle. And then lay forward. So your body is square on your mat, like you're laying flat on your mat, but you just have that right arm under you. Your left hand, what do you do with it? You can be straight out in front of you, or you can angle it over to the right and really get deeper. So we're going to hold this one for a bit longer, get good into that shoulder. If at any time any of these stretches hurts, I want you to back out of it. So for this one, if this hurts, what you can do is come up to seated and do that shoulder stretch we did at the beginning. This is one of my favorites too because it really gets deep into that shoulder. Feels so good. Keep holding it. There we go. All right, bring that left hand back in front of you. unthread your needle, put your right hand down, left arm threads through. Same thing other side. Remember, you're laying flat. Push your body forward so that you're up on that arm. Right arm can go straight up in front of you, or you can angle it over to the left. Once you have your arms where you like them, just rest your head wherever it feels comfortable for you. Get deep into that shoulder. Stretching should feel good. I know sometimes you're tight, and so it's a little uncomfortable, but it should never be painful. If there's ever any pain when you're stretching, you definitely need to back out of it, because that's not where you want to be. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, come back up. All right, so now Trevor and I are gonna have to get a little creative. What I want you to do, you're staying on your belly. I want you to take your right arm out straight.
I can move up.
Okay, and then you're gonna rotate your body towards that right arm. Your goal is to take your left foot and get it on the floor. So this is stretching your chest. All right, so everybody do that. I'm gonna come look at the screen. So right arm out and then rotate towards that right arm. I'm just gonna come over and look. And you want that arm out at a 90-degree angle. Perfect, girls. Karen, you guys are doing great over there. Annie, yep. So make sure that arm is out straight. Yep, Tammy, perfect. I can't see Lori. There we go. Awesome, keep holding that. So this is getting deep into that chest, your pectoral muscles. It's also getting a little bit of that bicep. All right, back to your belly. Take that left arm straight out, just like we just did, and rotate over to the left arm. So your right foot, you're trying to get on the floor. You may not be able to get it there, that's okay. But you're rotating over to the left. It's out at a 90-degree angle. It's perpendicular to your body, not parallel, right? It's intersecting you. My stomach is making funny noises now that we're laying on it. All right, come back to your belly. All right, awesome. Come up, just to stretch out those arms. That should have felt good. So what we're gonna do is go into a lunge. So you're gonna take your right foot forward, your left knee will stay on the mat, okay? And come raise your upper body up, so you wanna be straight up. This is gonna get the hip flexor on that left side. And you're just, it's a really good deep hip flexor opener. I'm so proud of y'all for taking this time, like this 25 minutes or so to stretch. Like this is awesome. It's so important.
Yeah, it feels so good.
So important that we do this, and so I love that y'all are doing it. All right, now just angle back. So straighten that right leg so that it's straight in front of you. You're not sitting all the way back onto your heels, you're staying upright, but you're really stretching that right hamstring so underneath. This is called a half split. If you can do a full split, go for it. I cannot. so I just do the half splits. So you're working on getting you're never gonna do this, but getting your chin to your ankle, like that's what you're reaching for. But that helps you keep your form proper here so that you're really getting into that. So sit back a little more like you're gonna sit back on your heel, like take your bottom to your heel. I just don't want you to go all the way down because you will lose the stretch of that hamstring. There you go, perfect. Awesome. All right, let's switch. Do the lunge on the other side. So bring the left leg forward. Lean forward, keep that right knee on the floor. And remember, you're not putting a lot of pressure on your knee. You want to be kind of above your knee, but let that right leg relax and lean forward. So really push those hips forward as you sit up straight to get into that right hip flexor. This one feels good. You can rest that left arm right on that knee.
You look like Captain Morgan.
No, forget how he does it. I don't think we got the right thing.
No.
He stands up.
Yeah, he stands up.
We're barely not going to run. All right, lean back, straighten that left leg, toes flexed up towards the ceiling. Sit back like you're going to sit on that heel, but don't sit all the way back, and stretch that left hamstring. So this gets really deep into that hamstring. Should feel good. So you want to work on getting that left leg as straight as possible. So wherever you need to be to get that left leg straight, work on being there. Cool, we only have a few stretches left, and we're out of time. Feels good. Work on getting that chin towards your ankle. You're pushing that chin towards the ankle to really elongate that hamstring and get deep into that fascia. All right. Very good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is a pigeon, but I'm gonna do a modified pigeon on your back. Okay, if you can do a full pigeon, what you will do is you're in plank position, bring your right foot up towards your left hand, and then rest. So you're stretching that, and you can come onto your elbows. To do this on your back, you're gonna lay down, you're gonna cross your right foot across your left leg, and then you're gonna bring that left leg in, just like that. That's the modified pigeon, just like Trevor's doing there. So whichever one you would like to do, let's do that now. I'll go into a full, I see some of you are in the full pigeon, so I'll do that with you guys. And let Trevor do the modified on his back. So if you're in the full pigeon, if you can, come down to your elbows. See if you can get that a little deeper. Remember, your hips are square with your mat. You're not leaning over on your right side. You're staying up and square. Your foot may not be all the way up at your hand if you're in full pigeon. That's okay. That's just for your knee's sake. Keep it back closer to your hips for sure. So good. So this is a very deep hip opener. It gets really, even if you're doing it on your back, you're getting deep into those hips, okay? You're not losing anything if you have to do it on your back. Keep breathing. All right, if you are on your back, release and switch sides. If you're on full pigeon, roll over to that right hip, bring your left foot around, bring your right foot back. Let's do the other side. There we go. So the right foot goes back, square those hips to the mat. Come onto your elbows if you can. You may have to stay here, that's okay. You may be able to come to your elbows. You may even be able to lay all the way flat. You go where it's comfortable for you and where you feel like you're getting the best stretch in that hip. We're almost there. All right. So you're in full pigeon, roll over onto that left hip, bring both feet forward, and I want you to meet everybody else on their back. We're going to do a twist, and then we are out of here. So laying flat on your back, bring your knees up, hug them in, hug both knees in. I want your arms out like a T. So Trevor and I go to maneuver ourselves here. So arms are out like a T, your knees are still hugged in. Let both knees fall over to your left, but keep your right shoulder on the mat. All right, so you're doing a spinal twist. This is a gentle spinal twist. There's definitely some deeper ones, but I just want to keep it real restorative and gentle today. Look over your right shoulder. All right, bring those knees back up to the center. Arms are still at a T. Let the knees fall over to the right. Keep that left shoulder on the mat. You may have to use your right hand on that knee to keep the knees down and your shoulder down. That's okay. Just make sure both shoulders are on the mat. This one feels good. All right, bring your knees back to the center. Hug your knees in. Rock a little left and right. Give that spine a little bit of a massage. And then rock forward and back until you come all the way up to a seated position. Nice. Good work.
Good.
That's it. We are out of time. We actually went 30 seconds over.
Oh.
I think we're okay.
We started late. It's okay.
We started a little late. So good work. Thank you so much for joining us for Move Mobility. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it felt good. like felt amazing. And we'll see you next time. I'm gonna come on.